I'm hoping to make sure that superintelligence we are creating right now does not kill everyone.
You have made a series of predictions and they correspond to a variety of different dates. And I have those dates in front of me here. What is your prediction for the year 2027? Are you thinking about that really practically as in terms of, if, in the same way that Brian Johnson is convinced that we're like maybe 2 decades away from being able to extend life. Are you thinking about that practically? And are you doing
The future is arriving faster than we ever imagined. According to Dr. Roman Yampolskiy, artificial general intelligence, AGI, could be here by 2027, and with it comes the possibility of 19% unemployment, unimaginable power, and even the chance to cure aging itself. In this video, we dive into Yampolskiy's shocking predictions. Why current AI progress is both unstoppable and unsafe. How AGI could replace both mental and physical labor worldwide. The mind-blowing possibility of living for centuries. Maybe forever. This is not science fiction. This is happening now. Humanity stands at a crossroads. Will AI destroy us or help us unlock immortality?
What is the mission that you're currently on? Because it's quite clear to me that you are on a bit of a mission, and you've been on this mission for, I think, the best part of 2 decades at least.
I'm hoping to make sure that superintelligence we are creating right now does not kill everyone.
Give me some context on that statement, because it's quite a shocking statement.
Sure. So in the last decade, we actually figured out how to make artificial intelligence better. Turns out, if you add more compute, more data, it just kind of becomes smarter. And so now, smartest people in the world, billions of dollars, all going to create the best possible superintelligence we can. Unfortunately, while we know how to make those systems much more capable, we don't know how to make them safe, how to make sure they don't do something we will regret. And that's the state of the art right now. When we look at just prediction markets, how soon will we get to advanced AI? The timelines are very short, couple of years, 2-3 years, according to prediction markets, according to CEOs of top labs. And at the same time, we don't know how to make sure that those systems are aligned with our preferences. So we are creating this alien intelligence. If aliens were coming to Earth and you had 3 years to prepare, you would be panicking right now. But most people don't even realize this is happening.
So some of the counter arguments might be, well, these are very, very smart people. These are very big companies with lots of money. They have a obligation and a moral obligation, but also just a legal obligation to make sure they do no harm. So I'm sure it'll be fine.
The only obligation they have is to make money for the investors. That's the legal obligation they have. They have no moral or ethical obligations. Also, according to them, they don't know how to do it yet. The state-of-the-art answers are, we'll figure it out when we get there, or AI will help us control more advanced AI. That's insane.
The mission that Dr. Roman Yampolskiy highlights is nothing short of humanity's survival. He warns us that the very superintelligence we are building could end up being our greatest threat. Imagine this. We've cracked the code to making AI smarter. Just add more compute and more data, and the system evolves. Billion-dollar companies are racing to build the most powerful intelligence on Earth. But here's the catch. No one truly knows how to keep it safe. That's like giving an alien race full control of our world and hoping they play nice. Many trust corporations, assuming they'll act responsibly. But Dr. Roman Yampolskiy reminds us, their only legal duty is profit, not safety. So the we'll figure it out later mindset isn't just naive. It's insane. This is the state of AI right now, and the clock is ticking.
You have made a series of predictions and they correspond to a variety of different dates. I have those dates in front of me here. What is your prediction for the year 2027?
We're probably looking at AGI as predicted by prediction markets and tops of the labs.
So we'd have artificial general intelligence by 2027. And how would that make the world different to how it is now?
So if you have this concept of a drop-in employee, you have free labor, physical and cognitive, trillions of dollars of it. it makes no sense to hire humans for most jobs. If I can just get, a $20 subscription or a free model to do what an employee does, first, anything on a computer will be automated. And next, I think humanoid robots are maybe 5 years behind. So in 5 years, all the physical labor can also be automated. So we're looking at a world where we have levels of unemployment we've never seen before. I'm not talking about 10% unemployment, which is scary, but 99%. All you have left is jobs where, for whatever reason, you prefer another human would do it for you. But anything else can be fully automated. It doesn't mean it will be automated in practice. A lot of times, technology exists, but it's not deployed. Video phones were invented in the 70s. Nobody had them until iPhones came around. So we may have a lot more time with jobs and with world which looks like this. Mm-hmm. But capability to replace most humans and most occupations will come very quickly.
So, what happens if this countdown reaches its end? Dr. Roman Yampolskiy predicts that by 2027, we may face artificial general intelligence, machines capable of doing anything a human can. Think about it. A digital employee costing $20 a month, working 24/7 without rest. At first, all computer-based jobs vanish. Then within a few years, humanoid robots take over physical labor. This isn't 10% unemployment. We're talking about 99%. A world where only jobs requiring human preference remain. But here's the twist. Just because technology exists doesn't mean it's instantly deployed. Remember video calls? Invented in the 70s, but mainstream only after iPhones. So while we may have a brief grace period, capability to replace humans is racing faster than society can adapt. The question is, are we preparing or are we sleepwalking into the future?
A lot, yeah. It's probably the second most important problem, because if AI doesn't get us, that will.
What do you mean?
You're going to die of old age.
Which is fine.
That's not good. You want to die?
I mean...
You don't have to. It's just a disease. We can cure it. Nothing stops you from living forever. As long as universe exists, unless we escape the simulation.
But we wouldn't want a world where everybody could live forever, right? That would be...
Sure we do. Why? Who do you want to die?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I say this because it's all I've ever known, that people die, but wouldn't the world become pretty overcrowded if...
No, you stop reproducing if you live forever. You have kids because you want a replacement for you. If you live forever, you're like, I'll have kids in 1,000,000 years. That's cool. I'll go explore the universe first. Plus, if you look at actual population dynamics, outside of like one continent, we're all shrinking. We're not growing.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's crazy that the more rich people get, the less kids they have, which aligns with what you're saying. And I do actually think if, I'm going to be completely honest here, I think if I knew that I was going to live to 1,000 years old, there's no way I'd be having kids at 30.
All right, exactly. Biological clocks are based on terminal points, whereas if your biological clock is infinite, you'll be like, one day.
And you think that's close? Being able to extend our lives?
It's one breakthrough away. I think somewhere in our genome, we have this rejuvenation loop, and it's set to basically give us at most 120. I think we can reset it to something bigger.
AI is probably going to accelerate that.
That's one very important application area. Yes, absolutely.
So maybe Brian Johnson's right when he says, don't die now. He keeps saying to me, he's like, don't die now.
Don't die ever.
Because he's saying, like, don't die before we get to the technology.
Right. Longevity, escape velocity. You want to live long enough to live forever. If at some point every year of your existence add 2 years to your existence through medical breakthroughs, then you live forever. You just have to make it to that point of longevity, escape velocity.
And he thinks that longevity, escape velocity, especially in a world of AI, is decades away, minimum, which means...
As soon as we fully understand human genome, I think we'll make amazing breakthroughs very quickly. Because we know some people have genes for living way longer. They have generations of people who are centenarians. So if we can understand that and copy that, or copy it from some animals which will live forever, we'll get there.
Would you want to live forever?
Of course. Reverse the question. Let's say we lived forever and you ask me, do you want to die in 40 years? Why would I say yes?
I don't know, maybe...
You're just used to the default.
Yeah, I am used to the default.
And nobody wants to die. Like, no matter how old you are, nobody goes, yeah, I want to die this year. Everyone's like, no, I want to keep living.
I wonder if life and everything would be less special if I lived for 10,000 years. I wonder if going to Hawaii for the first time, or I don't know, a relationship, all of these things would be way less special to me if they were less scarce. And if I just,
it could be individually less special, but there is so much more you can do. Right now, you can only make plans to do something for a decade or two. You cannot have an ambitious plan of working on this project for 500 years. Imagine possibilities open to you with infinite time in an infinite universe.
Gosh.
Well, you can't.
It feels exhausting.
It's a big amount of time. Also, I don't know about you, but I don't remember like 99% of my life in detail. I remember big highlights. So even if I enjoyed Hawaii 10 years ago, I'll enjoy it again.
Are you thinking about that really practically as in terms of, if, in the same way that Brian Johnson is convinced that we're like maybe 2 decades away from being able to extend life. Are you thinking about that practically? And are you doing anything about it?
Diet, nutrition. I try to think about investment strategies which pay out in 1,000,000 years. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
What do you mean, of course? Of course.
Why wouldn't you? If you think this is what's going to happen, you should try that. So if we get AI right, now what happens to economy? We talked about WorldCoin. We talked about free labor. What's money? Is it now Bitcoin? Do you invest in that? Is there something else which becomes the only resource we cannot fake? So those things are very important research.
Beyond AI and jobs, Dr. Roman Yampolskiy draws our attention to another silent frontier, longevity. If AI doesn't end humanity, then aging will. But he argues aging itself is just another disease waiting to be cured. Imagine reversing the biological clock, unlocking centuries of life. People often fear a world of immortality, thinking it would become overcrowded. Yet Yampolskiy dismantles that fear. When you live forever, reproduction slows. Humanity's population is already shrinking in many regions. With infinite life, you wouldn't rush to have children at 30. You might wait 1,000 years, after exploring the universe first. Now think about the opportunities. Instead of planning projects for decades, you could dedicate 500 years to one vision. AI accelerates this by unlocking the genome and decoding how some humans, and even animals, already live far longer. The concept of longevity escape velocity, living long enough for science to keep adding years faster than time takes them away, is closer than many think. For Yampolskiy, this is not science fiction, but a coming reality. One breakthrough away. He even talks about investment strategies that span 1,000,000 years, because when AI reshapes money, resources, and labor, what will truly matter is what cannot be faked. This isn't just about living longer. It's about reshaping the destiny of humanity itself. If you found this commentary mind-opening, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more deep insights on AI, AGI, and the future of life itself.